Thank you, organizers, giving me the opportunity to share my views, thoughts on a subject which is not my area. You know, there are different angles looking into this problem. One is the demonetization. If you go into the history, you will notice, you will find in 1946 by the Britishers, it was introduced. In 1978 by the Janata government, and in this year by our present government. There are certain similarities. There were long queues in 46, so was also in 78, and so is now. There were very common deaths by heart attack and others in 1946, or also in 78, and so is now. But the reason which I see many problems this time, why not there were in 1978 or in 46, is the public was allowed to withdraw their own money. The issues there were exchange of money, while there was no limit to withdraw their own money. I think that was the reason that not many problems were faced during that time, which we are facing now. Now, not going into those details because there is a time limit. If you go into the history, you know, this paper money or plastic money. Paper money, it was in before, it was in over 100 years before the BC. It was introduced in the form of leather. In 7th century by China, it was replaced by paper. Sorry, it was introduced in leather and then in metal, and then by China in paper, and now is the time of plastic money. If you go into the history and if you compare, whether it is leather, why it was replaced by paper, there were certain benefits. Why paper had been introduced, replaced by plastic, there are many benefits which everybody knows about it. Very easy, it's safer, many other reasons. And why there is a crisis? Why this government is, determined? I think there is a point. I see a point, why this government is for digitalization? Why this government is for e-governance, electronic governance? Why this government is for demonetization? There are many reasons. E-governance, government has taken many initiatives. So also, in digitalization, government has taken many initiatives. And as per the plans, there is a move, there is a plan to connect over 600 districts in the country, over 2.5 lakhs villages in the country, and by spending over 1 lakh rupees, crores rupees on that, the government has a plan, and it is for the betterment of the public. And so is this move. This move, maybe temporarily there may be certain problems, but if you see the long run, which other panelists, eminent people may disagree, but I don't carry any agenda of I don't belong to any party. I don't have any pro or against views against any party. But then I see, the future where in India there are number of studies where it has been, and even we know that largest portion of our public is illiterate. It is not only, it is said by UNESCO that the largest portion of the public in India is illiterate. But there, yes, government has introduced. What about that portion of the public? It is that is a greater challenge. How to? Like I see, my driver, he was not able to draw money for the last 20 days. Reason being, he does not know how to sign. And see the position of those 60% or 40% or 50% people in the country. We belong to a country where more than 50% is illiterate. Now, you know, if you see from their angle, I think there is a greater challenge before the government and before us, how to, you know, convert their mindset from the paper money to the plastic money. And if the government is successful, which I you know, assume, then you will see this country a totally different kind of country after some time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was very actually enlightening. You said this is not your domain, but I think you were quite focused on the domain, which is does this cash or the plastic money transaction require formal education? So that's the point that you raised. So it's really important.
Because my IT is corporate law, IT is corporate governance, IT is labor laws and others, you know, you know, I'm totally, I was surprised to see my name in the panel. But then as a layman, because I read like you read the literature or newspaper. So